All right. Now, we were talking about adoptions, and there are certain things that people should be aware of when they're coming in for adoption, certain criteria, things they need to bring with them. Can you talk to us a little bit about what some of those things might be?
Sure. We want you to be prepared when you walk in the door. And we do have a contractual relationship with people adopting animals from us, so we've got that very basic requirement. You have to be 18. We'd like to have the whole family present. It should be a family-based decision. Although there's certainly circumstances where that's easier for some people than others. Excuse me. But we'd like to at least have the family principals, mom and dad, or however the family is structured, the principals at least available to give us a go-ahead and okay by telephone. Well, we obviously need identification as well. Identification that has your current address on it. Landlords, big one. The single biggest reason why animals are turned into our animal shelter is because the landlord says no. Don't get an animal either from us or anywhere without checking with your landlord first. It just creates, it's a tragedy for everybody at that point. Convince your landlord that you'll be a great animal owner and get them to agree to let you have an animal. We do have an application form, and we do need people to meet our adoption criteria, and it's $55, boy, and that includes an enormous number of benefits, not simply limited to spay and neuter, but the spay and neuter microchip identification. We're doing heartworm testing on the dogs and feline leukemia testing on the cats, a full veterinary exam, leashes, collars, carrying case for the cat. So it's a really good deal.
Sounds wonderful. Now, if you wanted to adopt an animal, is there some research that you would suggest people do even before they come to the shelter?
Well, sure. Again, you need to choose what kind of animal is going to fit into your family best. If if you're going to adopt a dog, well, it's going to take a good deal more time, and frankly, your life is going to be changed more than if you adopt a cat. Because when work is over, you got to go home and walk the dog. It doesn't mean that you need to be there 24 hours a day, but it does require getting that dog outside, both for exercise and to relieve himself. Cats, while in many ways may be easier animals, especially in apartments, but they still require their own set of responsibilities. So, yeah, do your research ahead of time, and especially with dogs, look at the various breeds and their characteristics to see just what fits into your family. Do you have a more sedentary lifestyle? Do you want a dog that's going to go jogging with you? If you want a running dog, you're not going to get a tiny little dog with teensy little legs, because every step you take, they have to do 14.
Right.
Those kinds of characteristics are going to be critical in deciding how successful this adoption is going to be.
Now, if there's a particular kind of dog you're looking for, or cat, is there a way to contact the Anti-Cruelty Society or to see without coming down there if those animals are available?
Sure. The customer service staff each day at approximately 11:30 will have an inventory of all the day's available animals available at the telephones. So by calling in to our shelter, 312-644-8338, you can talk to the customer service staff and find out what's available that day when we open at noon.
And what about online? Is that something that can be done online?
It's a little hard to be that specific online and keep it that updated, but we have a substantial number of our adoption animals that are pictured online with basic biographical information about them. It won't be as complete as calling in.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you can go to that website at anticruelty.org. As David just mentioned, there are some animals there. It's not kept up to date as much as the daily phone calls, but that is one route that you can go. Anti-Cruelty has some programs that help promote adoptions, whether it's adoptions of the older animals or just ways to showcase the animals so that they are more adoptable. Can you talk about some of those special programs?
Sure. Some of the newer things that we've been doing. One of my favorites, we've titled Age to Perfection. We have people coming in to adopt, and certainly the young puppies and young kittens, they fly out of the shelter at this point. The turnaround time on the youngsters is very, very vast. We do have older animals that sometimes languish there for long periods of time. Charlie, you saw Charlie a little bit earlier, and he came to the shelter in July. And here it is October, and he's still with us. Charlie's not certainly in any danger, but we'd really like to get him home so he can settle in. And he's a great cat. So we hear people saying, well, no, he's too old. Well, you know what? He's not too old. He's aged to perfection. That's where the name comes from. And so the basics of the program are you adopt an animal that's 5 years of age or older, and that's a dog or a cat. You keep them for 90 days. And at that point, you're welcome to apply back to us, and we'll give you your adoption fee back. Even that cheap $55 we'll send back to you because you gave him a chance. And we can almost guarantee that you're going to fall in love with Charlie, and he'll be with you for the rest of his life. And then you get $55, I don't know what, to take him to the groomers, to buy him treats, to I don't know, maybe get him a brother or sister. Which leads to probably our newest addition to the adoption program, which is Charlotte's Cat Corner. And if you haven't visited Anti-Cruelty Society in a while, I encourage you to come on down and see our new cageless adoption facility. Many of the cats available for adoption are still housed in our traditional standard adoption room, individual caging. But with animals that have been with us for some time, who we can demonstrate are good companions for other cats. We have 2 cageless cat rooms now where you can go and sit and visit with cats. And for people that have an animal at home right now and are looking for a companion, it's such a great resource because now there's no guesswork involved. Is he going to get along with other cats? We can demonstrate that he's doing just fine with the other cats in group housing.
So you get a better sense of how that cat interacts.
Sure. And a much higher confidence level that that relationship will take.
Great.